September 18, 2025. A day that will be remembered as a turning point, a collective sigh of relief echoing across the nation. On this day, hundreds of thousands of families in America felt a weight lift from their shoulders. A burden they had carried for years finally eased. The Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals delivered a monumental decision, one that will ripple through communities for generations. This ruling changes the lives of lawful permanent residents, green card holders, who, despite living in the United States for decades, have lived under the constant threat of deportation for old, often minor offenses. For years, these individuals have contributed to society, paid their dues, and tried to move forward, yet a shadow from the past always loomed. These are not strangers. They are our neighbors, our co-workers, our friends. They are people who have built lives here, raised children who call America home, and become woven into the very fabric of our communities. Yet, until today, they face the terrifying possibility of being uprooted, separated from loved ones, and sent away for mistakes made long ago. Mistakes many have worked hard to overcome. Today, that fear begins to fade. This decision is not just a matter of legal procedure or technicality. It's about the real, everyday lives of people who have shown resilience and commitment to this country. It's about the meaning of belonging, of being accepted, and of having the chance to truly call America home. Imagine working hard every day, paying taxes, volunteering in your community, and raising your children with hope for a better future, only to live in constant fear that a youthful mistake, perhaps a minor infraction from decades ago, could suddenly tear your family apart. That fear has haunted countless families, casting a shadow over every achievement and every milestone. The court's decision sends a powerful message. Second chances matter. The years spent building a life, contributing to society, and growing as a person should count for something. It's a recognition that people can change, that redemption is possible, and that our communities are stronger when we support one another. The anxiety and uncertainty have been immense, with families living in limbo, never knowing if tomorrow would bring separation. But now, there is hope. There is a sense of security and protection for our neighbors, friends, and loved ones who have long called this country home. In the coming moments, we'll break down exactly what happened in the courtroom, who is affected by this landmark decision, and why this moment marks a pivotal turning point in America's ongoing immigrant story. We'll explore the legal, social, and emotional impact of this ruling and what it means for the future of families across the nation. This is more than just a court case. It's a hopeful new chapter for families who have helped shape the identity of this country. It's a testament to the enduring spirit of those who seek a better life and the communities that welcome them. For once, justice has prevailed. Today, America takes a step forward toward compassion, understanding, and a future where everyone has the chance to belong. So who exactly are green card holders? You might have heard the term before, but what does it really mean to be one? Green card holders aren't just temporary visitors passing through, nor are they undocumented immigrants living in the shadows. A green card, officially known as a permanent resident card, is a powerful document. It grants the legal right to live and work in the United States for as long as you want, with very few restrictions. Becoming a green card holder isn't easy. These are people who've navigated a long, often stressful legal process, sometimes waiting years or even decades. They might be sponsored by family members, employers, or have come to the U.S. as refugees seeking safety and a new start. Green card holders are everywhere in our communities. They're our colleagues at work, our friends next door, and our neighbors down the street. They're doctors saving lives, engineers building our infrastructure, farm workers harvesting our food, and entrepreneurs starting new businesses. They pay taxes, buy homes, and send their children to local schools. They contribute to the economy, support local businesses, and help their communities thrive. In almost every way except for the official title, they live as Americans. Many are on the path to citizenship, working hard to fulfill all the requirements to become full-fledged citizens. The journey to a green card is rarely simple. It involves background checks, interviews, mountains of paperwork, and often years of waiting and uncertainty. For millions, finally receiving a green card is the culmination of a lifelong dream. It represents hope, stability, and the chance to build a better future for themselves and their families. Green card holders are deeply woven into the fabric of American society. They help shape our neighborhoods, workplaces, and culture. They're here to stay, to contribute, and to build better lives for themselves and for all of us. That's why the threat of deportation for these individuals, who have already proven their commitment to this country, felt so deeply unjust and unsettling. The Ninth Circuit's decision is more than just a legal win. It's a victory for everyone who believes in fairness, justice, and the American dream. If green card holders are here legally, why were they at risk of deportation? U.S. immigration law allowed certain criminal convictions, even minor, nonviolent ones, to trigger automatic deportation. A decades-old mistake could suddenly threaten someone's entire life. Prosecutors pushed to classify a wide range of state offenses as aggravated felonies, stripping away any chance to fight deportation. This meant no consideration for family, rehabilitation, or contributions, just a fast track out. Immigrant advocates challenged this harsh interpretation, arguing for fairness and proportionality. The stakes thousands of families facing separation over old mistakes. That's what brought this fight to the Ninth Circuit. The Ninth Circuit's decision is a game changer. The court ruled the government's interpretation was too broad and harsh. Now, immigration judges must look at each case individually. No more automatic deportations for old state-level offenses. Judges must consider the actual conduct and whether deportation is truly warranted. This restores fairness and discretion to the process. It ends the one-size-fits-all approach and recognizes the difference between serious crimes and minor mistakes. For thousands in the Western U.S., this is a lifeline. The threat of automatic deportation is gone. Everyone gets a fair day in court. To truly grasp the impact of recent immigration rulings, we need to look beyond the headlines and statistics. We need to see the real people whose lives are shaped by these decisions: our neighbors, co-workers, and friends. These are the faces behind the fight for justice and dignity in America. Take Maria Sanchez, for example. She's a bakery owner in Phoenix, Arizona, who has spent decades building her business and serving her community. But her life was turned upside down when she faced deportation over a single bad check she wrote as a teenager, an old mistake that haunted her despite years of honest work and community service. For years, Maria lived in constant fear, afraid of losing her bakery, her aging parents, and most painfully, her U.S. citizen children. Every day she worried that everything she had built could be taken away in an instant. Now, thanks to a new ruling, a judge can finally see Maria for who she is today: a devoted mother, a business owner, and a valued member of her community, not just someone defined by a mistake from her youth. Then there's David Chen, an engineer in Seattle. Years ago, a youthful bar fight nearly cost him everything. He faced the terrifying prospect of being separated from his wife and young daughter, all because of a minor incident from his past. Stories like Maria's and David's are not isolated. Across the country, thousands of immigrants have lived in fear, threatened with deportation over old minor convictions, mistakes that most people would never imagine could destroy a family. These individuals are parents raising children, homeowners investing in their neighborhoods, and community members who contribute every day to the fabric of American life. Their lives, their dreams, and their futures were built on the promise of permanent residency, a promise that should mean stability and hope, not fear and uncertainty. This new ruling isn't about protecting criminals. It's about protecting our neighbors from cruel and disproportionate punishment. It's about recognizing that people can change, grow, and give back to the communities they call home. Ultimately, it's about justice for people who have truly earned their place here. For families like Maria's and David's, this change is not just welcome. It's long overdue, and it's a step toward a fairer, more compassionate America. The ripple effects of this ruling are huge. First, it keeps families together, especially parents of U.S. citizen kids. Deportation tears families apart, traumatizes children, and burdens communities. Economically, it's a win. Green card holders are taxpayers, business owners, and consumers. When they stay, local economies thrive. Their contributions fund schools, create jobs, and support small businesses. The decision also rebuilds trust in the legal system. When laws are fair, people are more willing to engage with authorities and report crimes. This ruling brings hope and security. Kids can sleep easy, business owners can plan, and communities can count on their neighbors. It's a powerful affirmation of American values: redemption, contribution, and belonging. America is stronger when we keep families together and give people a chance to move forward. This is what justice looks like, and it benefits us all. This victory is huge, but the story isn't over. The government could appeal, possibly taking the case to the Supreme Court, which could set a nationwide precedent. For now, the ruling stands in the western U.S., and lawyers are working to reopen cases and protect more families. Legal aid groups are mobilizing to help as many people as possible benefit from this new protection. Policy changes could follow. Future administrations might adopt or resist the court's approach. Advocacy groups will keep pushing for broader reforms. The ultimate goal: Congress passing clear, humane immigration laws to end this uncertainty for good. For now, this ruling is a foundation for a more just future. At its core, this decision is common sense. It recognizes that people are more than their worst mistakes. Deporting someone for a decades-old minor offense is absurd. The ruling restores proportion and fairness. Deportation is for real threats, not for those who've rebuilt their lives. It injects humanity and compassion into the law. Green card holders are people with families, jobs, and deep roots here. This decision pushes back against the demonization of immigrants. It reaffirms the American dream. Work hard, follow the rules, and you can build a life here. This isn't a free pass for serious crimes. It's about fairness and dignity. The law now considers the whole person, not just a rap sheet. It's a victory for justice and mercy. Looking ahead, this ruling is a beacon of hope. It signals a shift toward a more humane, balanced immigration system. For green card holders and their families, the future is brighter, free from constant fear. This legal win energizes advocates and sets a powerful precedent for change. It proves that progress is possible, even against tough odds. The courts have shown they can protect fundamental rights and keep families together. This is about the kind of country we want to be: fair, welcoming, and just. The Ninth Circuit has moved us closer to that vision, and that's a future worth fighting for.